It is time for the Top 100 Reactions presented by TD Ameritrade. The first 10 players revealed on Wednesday night's telecast on NFL Network. You're seeing it right there. Derek Carr comes in at number 100, up through Travis Kelce at number 91. However, there's one name on this list that we're going to call a miscarriage of justice. Chris Wesseling, my name is Dan Hanzus. Andrew Luck on the top 100 in the 90s? How has this happened?
Forget all the other names on this list. Andrew Luck is the story. He dropped 85 spots from the year before when he was considered a consensus top 10 player in the NFL. That's reserved for the difference-making superstars. I think the players really struggle with other players coming off of injuries when they do the voting. This happens in January and early February where the season is fresh in their minds. People forget that Andrew Luck's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and they just took into account the injury-plagued season.
Well, and that's surprising because you would think if anyone, players would understand that injuries are a part of the game, part of a career, and it doesn't make you a lesser player because, again, they've been doing this for 5 years now. This is supposed to be who it is right now, not based on last season. So the players are telling us that Andrew Luck is not as good a player now as he was entering last year because he got hurt. I don't buy it. It makes no sense.
It's nonsensical, and I think it's an inherent problem with the system. We saw 2 years ago after Julio Jones was coming off of a foot injury, they left him off the list entirely. Another top 10 player in the NFL. I think it's just that if you're not on the field, you're forgotten. And I think that's what happened with Andrew Luck.
Well, he's not going to be. I mean, even Andrew Luck, we saw it coming out in the news on Thursday morning that Luck was scratching his head and saying, wait, how did this happen? How about a little disrespect, a little fuel to the fire, chip on the shoulder for Andrew Luck?
Every year, to me, there's a player. Jordy Nelson was like this 2 years ago. If you're watching games, you know he's one of the best players in the NFL. If you're not watching Andrew Luck and coming to the conclusion he's one of the best players in the NFL, I don't trust your judgment on football.
I'm with you, mailman. Let's talk about somebody in that top, those first 10 names revealed on Wednesday night that maybe shouldn't have been in the top 10 or the first 10, Wes.
Well, Greg Rosenthal and I are making our own top 100 lists, and Richie Incognito is not on my list.
Too high.
He's a little too high. He had a career year at age 32. He's going to be 33 years old. We're instructed to rank this based on where we project the 2016 season. I don't think a 33-year-old guard is going to have a second straight career year. I think there are other guards better. Marshall Yanda, a guy like him. Zach Martin for the Cowboys, I would have higher. So I would say Richie Incognito is a little bit too high.
Again, a general misunderstanding, I think, by the voters who are the players about what this list is because you're talking right now, not what he did last year. But I think the name value definitely helps him. And Buffalo was very good, average over 150 yards rushing per game. They allowed 42 sacks on the whole season. So Incognito played a role in that, but maybe he doesn't belong in the top 100. But you know what?
It's not a miscarriage of justice like Andrew Luck.
How's he at 92?
It's incredible. When you're doing this list, there are 20 players who have to be on the list. And after that, for the next 80 or 100 players, it could be in any order, really.
Why don't you take this opportunity, Wes, to personally apologize to Andrew Luck on behalf of the players?
Andrew, I'm sorry the players did this to you. You'll be back in the top 10 next year.
I like that. And you can continue to watch the top 100 players of 2016 every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network, presented by TD Ameritrade. Andrew, I mean, how disrespectful can one be?
It's incredible.
I'm hurt.